Henrik Stenson's victory in the Open last month was as popular as it was impressive. The Swede carded a final round 63 at Troon to equal the lowest round in a major championship, and he won golf's oldest major with a record score of 20 under par. Stenson has been a pro now for almost 20 years, and in that time has forged a reputation as one of the nicest guys in the world game. We've been speaking to two men who followed his career from the beginning to get an insight into the real Henrik Stenson.
Henrik is one of those people who could play the iconic Swedish film star. Chiseled jaw, good looking, and doesn't say much, and supposedly ice cool. Well, the fact is that he is chiseled jawed, good looking, but he's got a volcanic temperament. He will assault a tee box.
Not allowed to show your temper like that.
He will break a club.
Oh. I think that club won't see much more action, and his knee might or his thigh.
I remember talking to his father in about 2009, and his father said, unfortunately, he's got my temper. He's got his mother's charm and looks, but unfortunately he's got my temper. But part of that temper is what's driven him to be the good player that he is now. He will bash a locker. He will, according to his sister-in-law, who's his manager, pick up a cell phone, it won't work, and in a momentary rage he'll slam it on the floor, and they'll say, oh, what a dope I am, I need that phone. Unlike people who kick the cat from morning till night, there is this terrific eruption of temper, but it's gone within 5 minutes, I think.
Stenson has been one of the top players in the world for several years now, but his career hasn't always been a story of success. A victim of the Stanford scandal in 2009, he lost millions of dollars invested with the American businessman Alan Stanford. On the course, he endured a torrid spell of 4 years after the turn of the millennium, as he slipped to 230th in the world rankings. The Stenson of today, though, is arguably golf's most consistent performer.
I've known Henrik a long time, and I'm not sure how much people realize what has happened to him, not only about the fact that there were times when he couldn't even find the planet with a golf ball with a driver, but he's had a lot of financial issues which were not his making and doing in regards to the Stanford situation. And yet, somehow, some way, Henrik Stenson found a way to get past both of those. I mean, one way is obviously playing better financially, but the other way is working with Pete Cowan. And even today, if you talk to Pete Cowan and say, Pete, how good can Henrik be? He said, well, if he would listen, he could be so much better. But that's not who Henrik Stenson is it?
If he were 5 years younger, and he hadn't had this traumatic intermission between 2001 and 2005 when Pete Cowan rebuilt his swing and he showed such mental fortitude to get his game back. If he hadn't had that, you know, he might go on a bit longer. And interestingly, perhaps because of that, he's not quite as ring rusty as people of 40 might be. His golfing age is what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way. His golfing age may be 35, so he may have 5 more years, but he might not.
I don't think he goes at the ball similar to some other players so radically that it really could hurt him. So, I mean, I think you look at him now, and I think you saw Phil Mickelson competing at 46, and he's clearly not in the same shape that Henrik is in. So I think Henrik's got another 5 or 6 years, and do I think Henrik can win another 2 or 3 majors? I absolutely do. But in Henrik's case, like almost in everybody else's case, the golf course has to set up for him. And I think Troon set up well for him, obviously the way he played. But there will be other courses, both US Open and PGA Championships, that I think he'll do well at. His problem in his own mind, and this is something that he has to tackle with, is how he deals with the Masters. Augusta National has never been a friend to Henrik Stenson, so he's going to have to figure out how to play well there.
Henrik's record-breaking win at the Open was a well-deserved major breakthrough, and the way in which he saw off Phil Mickelson provided one of golf's best ever final day performances.
I thought it was the greatest 18 holes of golf I've ever seen, and I don't, if there's a better last round of a major championship, then please can I be around to see it again. It was significantly better than Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus in '77. It was better than anything Tiger has done because the two of them separated themselves from the field, and there was never a moment when either of them could let up.
We're always doing other things except for sitting in front of the television and watching. That's where fans have the benefit. They can just sit back, grab a beer, and watch, you know, the entire golf kind of unfold in front of them. We don't get that opportunity. But from what we saw, or what I saw, I thought it was tremendous. And actually trying to find a copy of it to go through it again, because, you know, it's not often you see two guys go basically mano a mano in a major championship where there's just those two. I think that's tremendous about golf. That's something that, you know, you get a 46-year-old guy where in almost any other sport would not be competing against another guy who's 40. That's so good about golf. That's what the Olympics needs. They need that kind of ability to bring all those people in to watch it.
I think it was the greatest display of self-control and controlled golf that I've ever seen, and if I never see anything as good as that, I won't be surprised.